cost to charge 100,000 electric vehicles, notwithstanding the cost of the vehicles. The investment required in our distribution infrastructure alone, I'm not talking about transmission and generation and gas, just to upgrade our distribution system is close to $1 billion just to be able to charge 100,000 electric vehicles. The amount of gas required to fuel generators to charge 100,000 electric vehicles is sufficient to provide 30 liters of petrol to close to 500,000 vehicles a day. So electric vehicles should not be considered by this committee the only sustainable alternative that matches the purchasing power of a country where 150 million people live in multi-dimensional poverty is compressed natural gas, which is 100% domestic. Now, on the issue of refineries, we'll probably have about 3 or 4 refineries with 4, 5, or 6 new ones coming up. So, Mr. Chairman, like Elder mentioned, 2 issues I have with refinery. I'm not saying gas is not going to replace petrol completely. It's not going to happen. But we're all entitled to our opinions here. What we're not entitled to is our facts. Let's look at the facts. We have about 3 refineries built by the federal government, 1 built by Dangote, BOA is building another one, I think a few other companies. Collectively, they'll probably require over 1 million barrels of crude oil, right? Do we want to sacrifice the opportunity to sell 1 million barrels and earn dollar that we need to defend the naira, or do we want to push it to the local market and miss the opportunity to earn billions of dollars? Adopting natural gas will allow us to export most of our crude oil, keep the dollar, strengthen our naira, because the biggest demand for dollar is importation of crude oil products. And as we add 5 million Nigerians every year, that demand is going to go higher and higher. If we keep relying on imported petrol, if we keep thinking that we can build new refineries and deprive Nigeria of earnings from exporting this crude oil. Oh, by the way, you can't turn on social media or the news without hearing that somebody in Germany has discovered green hydrogen, someone in Japan has discovered blue hydrogen. And what is the impact? It means with each passing day, the appetite for hydrocarbons is reducing. So we must do everything to earn as much money as possible today, while there's still appetite for crude oil, while there's still appetite for gas. So on the issue of refineries, Mr. Chairman, we have 3 refineries built, 4 nearly completed. But if you go again and Google, how many gas processing plants do we have today? The number that will come up is 18. Gas processing plant is the equivalent of a refinery for gas, right? We have 18, right? And if you go to NMDPRA, you will see plans to probably build another 20 or 30 in the next 2 or 3 years. Who is building 20 or 30 refineries in this country today? No one. So again, by transitioning, using the 250 billion available at CBN today, by converting just 10% of the petrol we consume, we are saving Nigerians, or we will save Nigerians 2 billion today, for a total of 730 billion naira, just to convert 10% of our petrol consumption to natural gas that we don't have to import 1 drop. We don't have to spend $1 to import natural gas. In fact, what government can do to make natural gas more accessible, given that it may not have enough loan to go around. It may not be able to afford to subsidize CNG kits. It definitely will not be able to provide the sufficient number of kits that is required. Government controls gas. Government can tell the gas producers, provide gas at 100 naira a liter for the next 2 years to encourage adoption. Provide gas at 50 naira a liter to support not just security operations, but security agencies, families who are dealing with a 300% increase in the cost of fuel. We control the gas 100%. We don't subsidize fuel. And mind you, just half of the gas that is being flared today, half, flaring means wasting, can provide almost 300,000 liters of petrol equivalent to every single state today.